What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to the live event. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit to make sure that we get everything in focus here. Excuse me. I know I'm earthquaking everybody here. But there's a lot on the table tonight, and there's a lot to talk about. So we want to get as much of it in frame as possible. If I could just get my gosh darn camera arm out. No, ad, go away. I always forget to mute the... No, ad, go away. I always forget to mute my computer. Okay, almost ready here. Sorry. I appreciate those of you joining right off the bat. You know that the beginning of the live stream is always a little bit goofy, but we made it. We got it. Let me just adjust a few things here. You might notice a pattern with the knives on the table tonight. I'll let you guys guess what the theme is. And it's for no particular reason. I was just like, you know what? I don't think I've ever done this before. But yeah, just getting some of these adjusted a little bit. They're not all going to be like perfectly on cam here. But yes, yeah, these are some of my favorite USA made knives from my collection. And not all of them. I do own more. But there's only so many that I can fit on screen, so I tried to pick out my favorites that would actually fit, and it was a shame I couldn't get all of them. The arm mount only goes so far, and like you keep zooming out and you're just not going to get any definition, then it's not any fun, right? So anyways, oh boy, it's like there's a bunch of space at the top there. Gosh, it's never a perfect representation, is it? All right, let's get those a little bit higher and we'll keep talking here. All right, as the title suggests, we have another Mystery Knife Giveaway live event. If you're joining tonight, this is a special event. Pat yourself on the back because you've joined a super special event where you'll be, if you win tonight, you'll not be taking home just one knife or even just two knives. No, you'll actually be taking home 3 knives. I looked through the final 4 pouches to see what was in there, and there's 1 premium knife and there's 3 budget knives. And I thought, that's kind of interesting, but how about we add 2 more knives to the bunch and make them both premium in a separate group. So, if your name is drawn tonight, you'll choose from the final 4. Get your prize, maybe one of them's one of the premium ones. And then you'll choose from a second group of 2, both of which are premium. So you're guaranteed a premium knife and you're also guaranteed 3 knives if you win, which I thought was a lot more fun, right? So yeah. Still a bunch of room over here. Sorry, I thought I had it. Really thought I had it. It's very important to me that this is lined up correctly because I have to turn around and look at my live stream on the computer. And if it looks like trash, it just bothers me the entire time. I don't want people coming in here thinking I'm slumming it like I'm some kind of caveman who doesn't understand how to put a live stream together. Even though I still don't have StreamYard and I'm still using my phone to do literally 95% of what I do on this channel, if you didn't know, is it's done on my phone. All right, there we go. Good enough. You can't comment on YouTube posts for 2 more hours. Why? I can see you. Oh, so this up here, I'm going to talk about this. For the time being, I know that TikTok might get banned. For the time being, because Instagram is experiencing its own apocalypse right now for the knife world, and I'm working around that. But if they do decide to ban TikTok, it's going to take a whole year to do it. Just so you guys know, like literally, like if that is what gets voted completely, it'll take a whole year. So I've started on TikTok. I mean, there's a chance they could sell, even though they said they wouldn't. There's a chance it just won't go away, right? Either way, the whole idea was, well, Instagram kind of sucks for knife content right now because they block our posts from being viewed by new people. Until I figure a workaround, for their algorithm, which seems to be, not enjoying knife content right now, I figured why not? I'll try TikTok. So you can follow me on TikTok at the_metal_complex. The whole idea is to, if it is going to get banned, I'd like to draw as many people out of the TikTok community into my channel as possible before it happens. Might as well, because the Instagram reach is very low. I decided to lay out all like a bunch of USA. This is the biggest chunk of the most premium part of my USA knife collection. These are my nicest USA knives. I think there's probably 20 or 30 more that are in the cases, but they're not quite as high as like top tier. You shadow banned everywhere. You're not shadow banned here. A lot of people told me 5 years ago that the knife apocalypse was coming to YouTube. And here's the chain of events after that occurred. Hey, thanks for those donations. Or for the memberships. Here's the chain of events. Because everybody likes to think they know what they're talking about. So 5 years ago, they said this is a bad time to start being a knife YouTuber. I heard this all the time. I don't know, man. I don't know. You probably shouldn't start a channel because it's a bad time. You're just going to get censored. Chain of events after that, got demonetized, then got remonetized, then got demonetized again, then got remonetized again, and then my channel grew to 500,000 subscribers and gets an average of 8 million views a month. So, number one, knife content is not being censored on YouTube. Number two, the reason, if you want to know, factually, the reason I got demonetized had nothing to do with my knife content itself. The algorithm, which has been fixed now, because I've been talking with the YouTube partner people, the algorithm was flagging videos that had duplicate descriptions. And since I had a template and was just copying and pasting over and over and over again, it was flagging me as like suspicious content, like I was spamming. And I was like, well, they're all individual reviews. And they're like, well, you have to say that in the description. You have to like say what it's about. There has to be something unique in the description under every video. I was like, oh. And everyone was like, oh, he got censored! He got censored! YouTube censored knife content! And that's not what happened. Crazy. But the algorithm is unfairly, blocking knife content on Instagram. And I think it's less of like a super special ninja operation to ban all bladed. I think it's less that. And it's just lazy algorithmic programming. Knife equals weapon to computer, and they have to do something, but they don't know how to differentiate. And also, I don't think hashtags work, so Instagram's not a great place for it. But who knows? I don't know. Whatever. I don't make any money on Instagram. I literally just enjoy interacting with the community over there, and that's the whole reason for being on Instagram. So I figure, hey, there's knife people on TikTok too. Why not give it a try before it goes kaput? Instagram is a tool for YouTubers to DM. Well, I also enjoy showing new things on Instagram and interacting with the community over there. I'm very active on Instagram. I mean, like, it's a way for me to find new knife makers and talk with people in the community and showcase things that people might not know about. But the benefit is when it reaches new people. If you can't reach any new, like I kept saying for a long time, I was like, my account has never been shadow banned. All these knife content creators on Instagram have been shadow banned. I haven't been. Well, I finally got shadow banned. And they were like, well, here's 5 pieces of content that you've created over the course of your 3,000 uploads. And we don't really like these. They violate our guide. And I was like, well, they're the same. It's just me showing a knife. Like, I'm not even doing anything with it. I'm showing it. So it's just the algorithm doesn't understand. So, but anyways, yeah, I want it to go out to new people. I want new people to discover it, right? Because if you're not growing, you're dying. Like, that's the truth of social media. If you're not growing, you're dying. Period. And I want to grow. I want to do what I do because I love it, but I also want to continue to grow, right? Sharing videos does help, but being in favor of the algorithm also helps. This channel has been favored by the algorithm for a long time, and I don't know exactly why. It's probably because of the volume of content I put out. That is the only reason that the channel has remained so prominent. So not only do I want to keep doing it, but I have to. Like I enjoy making content, but I literally have to keep doing it if I want the channel to stay. If I drop to like one video a week, the channel would die immediately. Every now and then I get somebody saying like, why don't you make less content? And like, why don't you slow down? Instead of doing 14 uploads a week, why don't you make 1 or 2 uploads a week and just really focus on, you know, the quality of the content and like editing and stuff? And my answer to that is because the channel will die. Unless you are a set in stone million plus subscribe to YouTuber who has a, you know, a very dedicated community and has been around, like it's already in favor of the algorithm. Like if you start doing that now, it's your channel's gonna die. So this is how this is the way that the algorithm recognizes my channel. It's figured out like this is how this guy operates and this is how his community reacts to his content. So breaking that consistency will inevitably result in the death of this channel. And I like to do it, so that works out. I'm sure people are like, what is it? What? Who asked this? Here's the answer to that. Nobody asked, and I'm just talking. I learned just the other day. I was like, my Instagram has been shadow banned for like 2 months, and I didn't even know it. And so I was irritated. So now I'm venting, and it resulted in me creating a TikTok. So I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, because the moment you get to 1,000 followers, you can like link your YouTube channel right at the top, and that's the moment where I can start actively pulling people from TikTok to my YouTube channel, which is the goal. And I also, here's the funny thing. I got shadow banned today on TikTok. It's so ironic. They stopped recommending they gave me a 24-hour ban because I was re-uploading my own Instagram content to TikTok just to get some videos there, and they were like, this is unoriginal content and your account's not going to be recommended for 24 hours. And I was like, oh my God, it's my content. And I can't post my own, I can't prove my Instagram account. I can't link it because I don't have 1,000 followers. So anyways, I thought that was funny. Yeah, that's the goal, is I'm trying to build my following up on TikTok so that I can link my YouTube and pull TikTok people from TikTok to YouTube. And here's the thing. No matter what happens with TikTok, it's to my benefit. If TikTok remains, then I can start to build a following there. If it doesn't, what do you think happens to the 170 million Americans and everybody else who's been, you know, on TikTok and depending on TikTok for their content? A bunch of them are going to flood to YouTube Shorts. So either way, you know, I figure win-win. I mean, I'm screwing around on Instagram and it's not doing me any good. I might as well expand. If you don't have a TikTok, that's perfectly fine. I don't expect people to like create TikTok accounts just to follow me. But I am going to create unique content there because I can't re-upload my Instagram content. It won't let me. It'll flag me for that. So there's going to be unique stuff there. So if you want a reason to follow me, then there you go. It doesn't mean I'm going to slow down anywhere else. I'll just do it in addition to whatever I'm doing right now. Bounced off to make sure I liked the giveaway post and I had to watch the stupid ad. Hey, but you doing that, you paid me 0.004 cents. So thank you. I appreciate that. If you reload the live stream right now and you watch an ad, I get paid fractions of pennies. So thank you. Whatever the outcome of TikTok, I don't care. I mean, like, any outcome literally benefits me. I just figure right now, you know, from the moment of the moment they drop the hammer, they have 290 days plus an additional 3 months for some technicality. They get a year. I'll let that draw out. They sell, and somebody decides to change it up and make it work with the government's demands. Great. It gets banned completely. Fine. People flock to YouTube. It stays. Fine. I'll build a following there. Right? Whatever. Either way, it's worth my time. Can you have YouTube not stack your ads 15 seconds apart? I intentionally go in and I change the way that YouTube automatically places the ads. If you've ever wondered, I alter that. YouTube tries to place ads in specific spots. They took that away for a bit, our ability to change that. Then they gave it back. Now that they've given it back, I spread them out as much as I possibly can. I still want the ads in there because I get paid on ad revenue, but I definitely don't stack them on you guys. I pull them apart. I widen them out. Just for you guys, because I love you. And I want you to watch the content and not get pissed off. But sometimes it does that, like if you refresh, or sometimes YouTube will force an ad anyway. I've noticed, like I'll watch my own content and I'll get an ad in a place that I didn't put it. So YouTube kind of does their own thing sometimes. I mean, when you guys watch my content, if you watch a 20-minute video, how many ads do you watch on average? Those of you who watch, I'm just curious, because I want to hear from people who are actually watching my content like almost all the way through or all the way through. How many ads are you watching over the course of a 15 to 20-minute video? Probably once every 5 to 7 minutes, I would guess. You don't watch any ads? Okay. Rich Campbell, thanks for donations. 3, 1, 4, 2 to 3. That's how I have it. Over 20 minutes, I have 2 to 3 ads, and the reason I do that is because that's generally how TV is. But YouTube wants to place, in 20 minutes, YouTube wants to place 7 ads. Those of you who have ad blocker, that's also totally fine with me. I think that's your right to do that, and that doesn't bother me at all. My content will always be free, so if you block the ads and I don't get paid a penny, that's fine. I got no problem with that. I get paid enough. You watch 7? Wow. Everybody's different. That's so weird. Two ads per one video. Okay. Yeah. See, and here's the other thing. If you get YouTube Premium, I get a cut of that anyway. So I'm also okay. However you watch YouTube, if you have an ad blocker, if you don't, or if you have premium, whether I get paid or not, I honestly, it's fine. I really just want people to watch. Like that's what I care about, is having a community to interact with. Why do you seem to not like Benchmade? Just curious. I do like Benchmade. I'm actually a big Benchmade fan. I just can't justify their prices. Did you guys see the aluminum and MagnaCut 710? I would buy that knife at about $280, but they want $600 for that thing. Are you kidding me? Benchmade's out of their gourd on that one. I was like, what? What the hell? Like everybody said, bring back the 710, bring back the 710, and they're like, all right. And they slapped that craziest price tag on it. Yeah, it's insane. $600, man. I was like, I can't do it. Like, listen, I just bought an $1,100 knife the other day, but it was a Shirogorov. Now, I feel like that knife's about $200 overpriced, right? So I wouldn't recommend that to people even shopping in that territory, but sometimes you buy things that you can recognize as overpriced. But I look at that Benchmade, I'm like, what? Like, I can afford it, sure, but on principle, I don't want to buy that. It's just nuts. Like, I like Benchmade. It's just, they're making it really hard for me to be like, yeah. I think they make good products. Their products are fine. It's just they're just priced way too high. It's just crazy. You bought an $1,100 deck for your mower? That'll get a lot more use than the Shirogorov I just bought. Oh, here, let me share with you guys. So, you're seeing all of my coolest USA stuff tonight. If you didn't know, if you're like, Metal Complex only reviews Chinese knives. Ta-da! I bet you didn't know. I promise I've reviewed way more USA-made knives that are on the table tonight. This is out of my personal collection, but I do have one special USA-made blade that you haven't seen yet. Unless you follow me on Instagram, then perhaps you have. I bought, what's the best way to do this? This way, probably. I bought a new thing from a U.S. company. Oh, yes, I bought another custom sword from, I believe it's Saber Forge. Yeah. So this bad boy is, this is handmade, made in the USA, bronzed. All the steel parts are bronzed, wrapped black and green and gold. Actually, black and green leather with a gold wire wrap. Then we have a beautiful, oh yeah, Saber Smith. I keep saying Saber Forge. We have a beautiful bronze blade. Oh, baby. Look at that. I can't show the whole thing, but man, this is just absolutely magnificent. So they had a sale. This normally runs $650, and they sold it for $550. Everything on their website was on sale, and I was like, I gotta pick that up, man. That is absolutely beautiful. So that's my newest USA acquisition is the sword. That's two. I have two from Sabersmith. If you haven't seen the other one, I have a two-hander from Sabersmith right here. Or Saber Forge. I keep saying Sabersmith. I have a two-hander right here. Different pommel. That one's getting marked up a bit because I keep putting it up against the wall, but I do have this one as well. Awesome company. I know, right? Well, but here's the thing, though. The sword, in a lot of ways, is actually easier to make. And they're also making it out of 1075, which is a lot more metal, but it's a less expensive steel, but it's also an appropriate steel for a sword. So, you know, like, you can't relate the price to the size of it. It's a lot more material, but I very much doubt there's nearly as much work, even in a sword, right? And also, it's pretty simple. Like, it's really cool, and it's a beautiful sword, but it's a pretty simple build. It's essentially just an elongated fixed blade that they hand-wrapped with leather. I know. So I'm going to pegboard this whole room, and it's going to be quite the project, but this entire room is going to get overhauled. Slowly, I'm going to change things in here. Probably going to get a new desk. I really want to put some external monitors, or I want to do 2 more monitors in here, and I need to embrace the YouTube lifestyle. But I also want to hang all my fixed blades and my swords, and I want to put my knives up on shelves. I want to have display cases for like the Dion nail dagger. I want this to be a full-on YouTuber blade cave. You know, I've always referred to this place as the dungeon. I'd like to make it look like an actual blade dungeon or like an arsenal. I think that would be really cool. Put some LEDs up and just make it awesome, you know? I think I could do it for not an incredible amount of money. I honestly think, like, I think my dad and I are going to do it, and I don't think it'll be horribly expensive. So, oh yeah, once I have overhauled this room, I'll give you guys a tour for sure. But you guys have seen it. There's a picture of this trash layer on Instagram, and it's very cluttered. I mean, it looks like what you'd expect. There's just stuff everywhere, and there's knives all over the place. Like, that's what it looks like. And I've existed like this for, 5 years. And it's fine, it's clean down here. There's just a lot of knives everywhere. There's also a radon pump in here, so the air is very clean. If you're going to be confined to your basement, if you're going to work in your basement, check the map, find out where you are. Radon's not a joke, man. Actually, want to check that gauge. Oh yeah, we're low. Look at this. Look at this. That's beautiful. Look at that's better than outside. You gotta watch that. You gotta watch it. If you know, you know. Yeah, we got a problem with radon in Kansas, man. Midwest Kansas. That's a low rating, right? Start Googling. I'll give you a new thing to worry about. Start Googling about radon. You can buy a little tester. I bought that thing off Amazon pretty cheap. I think it was like 40 bucks. Let that thing run in your house for a day or two and then find out where you're at. It can be pretty scary. When we bought this place, that's the first thing I did. And we were a little over 4, and I was like, nope, it's time for a radon pump. Best $1,300 I ever spent. Yeah, it's a long rabbit hole. Yeah, we're over 4. And I was like, no, I'm not having that here. No way. Because I got kids in the basement. So I put that pump in. That thing's been working hard. Working consistently. They got the little level meter on it, the pressure meter on it. Turn around and look at that thing all the time. I'm down here all the time, so I can always watch it. It's a $12 fan, but you got to pay to have somebody install it properly. Like, I was happy to pay it. Guy was super nice. He's like, call me anytime. Still operates in town, so. What's on my wrist? That's a Tudor Pelagos. That's one of my favorite watches ever. I have really enjoyed this. I have a couple of battle scars on it. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up here, but I've been wearing this watch like crazy, man. That and the Seiko Marine Master 300 that I just bought. How long is this stream? It's pretty long. Fairly long. It's not too long. It's longish. I don't like to be specific because then people try to leave. I want you to be captive here. The 2 point. Thanks for your donation there. I appreciate that. I'm going to like that. I'm going to go ahead and like that. I want to look at my TikTok counter. Hold on. Let's see how many of you followed me. TikTok right here. The_metal_complex. I couldn't get metal complex because somebody's using it. But now I found out, TikTok is starting to filter people that upload unoriginal content. So obviously they quit once they couldn't ride my coattails. Hold on. Google doesn't even give me my own account. The other accounts are more popular. What's my follower count on TikTok right now? Can anybody tell me if you follow me on TikTok? I'm using my phone for the live stream, so I can't see it. It's like 300 or 400. 329. That's baloney, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000. What's the 9th from the left on top? Thanks for your donation. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So just so you know, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the right. So that's the TRM Shadow in Titanium, which is always a knife that people ask me about. Not an easy knife to get a hold of. TRM Shadow is pretty rare, but if you can get one, it is absolutely worth it. It is absurdly thin. TRM is no joke. Look at this texturing here, guys. We don't talk about this knife enough. Honestly, it is an incredible knife. It's like a super alternative Hogue Ritter. That's like extra ultra slicey. Yeah, the scales are great, aren't they? The super sunburst. Look at that. Look at that machining. That's just gorgeous. Look at the pivot. Bro. Mirror polished hardware. Crazy. I can't wait for you guys to see the custom that I have on order through Dalibor Bergam. Dalibor Bergam is making me an absolute legendary freaking world-ending like super grail. It is a grail of grails. It is ridiculous. Oh my god. Mirror polished zero etch Damacor and mirror polished sole authorship zirconium Timascus integral, and it's a big, hulking monster, essentially a super stitch. Oh, I can't wait. It'll be done in July. Just gonna tell you guys right now, I'm paying over $5,000 for it, which is actually less than I paid for this guy. But I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I am so pumped, and I've been saving and saving and saving and doing these knife sales. I'm so excited. Oh, it's big. It's I think it's closing in on 9 inches, but it's thick. Not crazy thick. But he gave me 2 options. He said, "You want normal, or you want it to be thick?" And I was like, "Give me a thick one." Super chat. 2 streams. See Ben Sorensen. What? See Ben stories in China. Titanium Justin, I don't understand what you're saying, but thank you for the donation. I'm really curious about that. See Ben stories in China. I need a translation there. I'm not picking up what you're laying down there, bud. I'm sorry. I'm really interested. I want to know what's going on. Still waiting on my knife to come in. Unnamed? My knife? I mean, it's Project Excalibur. I don't know what you're talking about. You guys are so confusing. Stop being cryptic. Oh, wait. You mean like the one that that he's doing for me that keep wanting to say Sebastian Berengi, but it's not, because that's his buddy. Borka, or not Borka. God dang it. The guy who's doing my custom. It's not unnamed. It's not the unnamed. I know that the unnamed is actually a named knife that he does, but no, it's not that. Ben Peterson is in China for knife stuff. Oh, he is? Oh, okay, cool. I like Ben. Ben's great. Who doesn't like Ben? Ben's a nice guy. He's a good soul. I told one of the Blade shows that I couldn't make, he was like, "You gotta come have dinner with me," and I was like, "Oh my god." I totally would. Like, I was like, man, I feel like this is like a mortal sin, like not going and having dinner with Ben Peterson. But at one point he was like, "I'm gonna be there if you want to go have dinner." So I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds great. I'll go on a date with you." I was so excited. And I was like, "I can't go." That'd be great, man. What time am I drawing? Later. You'll find out. You don't want to miss it, though. Tonight especially, because if your name's drawn, you win 3 knives. But if you're not here, I move on in 2 minutes. Stupid metal complex making me stay here, not telling me exactly when his drawing's going to be, so I have to sit here. Gosh darn that guy. Blade Shooter G, thanks for your donation. My Vanguard Cheetah has sharp lock and pivot collar. It does not have a sharp lock bar, but it does have a sharp pivot collar, and that's something I'm going to bring up to Vanguard. And honestly, it's Tuya. That's on Tuya, and they've always been like that, and it drives me nuts. I want to talk with Jim Skelton about that because well, actually, his pivots are different, at least on 2 of his models. But yeah, the Tuya knives always have those sharp pivots. That drives me nuts. You could probably take some really fine... You could probably knock that down with the super fine steel wool. Quadruple 0, you could probably knock that down without scratching the knife up. I mean, you can ask some people in chat who know a little bit better, but without marking your knife up. My... I learned a little bit about buffing. So I got a mark. We have just telling a story. I'm not trying to flex. We have a Yukon Denali XL Ultimate, and that front grille is Vader Chrome. And boy, that stuff is real finicky. It does not like to take rocks or anything like that if like you're driving it a lot. But I got a little mark on it while I was drying it off. I must have drugged something against it, and I freaked out. I took it to my brother, who's like my personal detailer, because he always does everything perfectly. And I was like, Mike, how do we... I need this out. And he was like, oh yeah, like here, you probably take some super fine steel wool. And he drug it across there, and it scratched it way worse. And I was like, dude! And he was like, I can buff it out. And I was freaking out. And he took like some special buffer and like polished it. And it looked even better than when I bought it. And I realized I know absolutely nothing about scratch surfaces and materials and what will take what out of what. I realized I was like, I'm an idiot. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Thanks. We are enjoying the Denali. And the Ultimate does stand out. I didn't know until just last year that there was a trim above Denali. I had no idea. Your gifted membership will last for 1 month, and you'll obviously not be charged again because you haven't given any credit card information. If you decide you want to keep it, you can pay again. It's $2 a month. I usually promote it, but it's in the description. If you want to join, that's fine. But tonight I promote so much stuff. I'm gonna just hang out tonight. Patreon's at the top of the chat, and the memberships are in the description. If you want to join Patreon, we do a bunch of cool stuff there, including private giveaways and knife sales and all that stuff. It's $1 a month. But anyways, I've missed the last 2 live streams. Any Excalibur updates? I'm still waiting on it. They told me that they were going to move on with sample production, and that was a month ago. And I know it takes a really long time for them to get stuff to me, at least a month, because it has to go through customs. So I'm gonna guess it'll be here fairly soon, but maybe not. Maybe they have so many other projects and stuff. So who's the OEM? It's a secret. Everybody has their guesses, but nobody knows. Anybody who claims to know doesn't actually know. There's only 4 people who know who the OEM is, and I promise they haven't said anything. It is confirmed that it'll be Vanax. Can you climb a building with it? You can put it in your pocket and then scale a building by whatever means you want to, so technically, yes. OpenL's the OEM. Wouldn't that just be a big, hilarious twist of fate? OpenL reaches out and they're like, we can do it. Oh, whoa. That would be the most ridiculously hilarious... Like, that would be the best marketing campaign ever. Metal Complex and OpenL. You know what's funny is I actually have nothing against OpenL or the OpenL company. It's just such a long-running joke at this point. I just like to keep it alive. Wait, what did that guy say? Can I win a shout-out? Would like to win something once. Yeah, sure. James Gilman. Shout out to James Gilman. His name is James. His last name might be Gilman. His profile picture is a brown J. So what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Shout out to you. I wish you and your family, all your loved ones, the happiest of days, weeks, months, years, the happiest of existences. Thank you for participating in my live stream. I'm going to give you one of my special... I'm going to salute you with the gourd emoji here. We have one whole gort to James. Worth 1 billion Stanley nickels on the black market. Give up your gorts for James, everybody. Enrich James with gorts. You have been gifted the blessing of Gort. Behold the wealth of Gort. Gort currency is not accepted at most major retailers. I'm just going to give you a warning there. You're going to find it really hard to spend all those Gorts. Oh boy. All right. Goku, what's up? I have my first Sharpa design coming to me soonish. After this, I'm not sure what knife I want next. Gaha 2 with carbon fiber scales. It's actually what I'm carrying. I got all my US knives out tonight, but I'm carrying the Gaha made in Canada. I have an SPD coming to me soon, but carbon is putting funds away for Excalibur or something else. Any suggestions? I mean, Goku, what's your budget, man? Like, if it's around 500, if it's like 250 to 500, the button lock VECP is what I'm trying to go for right now. I think that's one of the coolest knives that you can get for the money if you want like American-made stuff. I think it's wonderful and it's very under-celebrated. Button lock VECP is badass, especially considering it has that type of action on phosphor bronze. And you can get it with the Morpho scales, and a few select models are in DLC. So if you can hunt one of those bad boys down, that might be a good one, man. I actually reached out to Les George and I was like, "Hey, you got anything laying around?" And he was like, "No." I said, "You could tell me to kick rocks," and he was like, "You can leave the rocks around, but I don't have anything." He's a nice guy. He keeps to himself, but I like Les George. Do you have a Koenig Arius? I will one day. I'm just waiting for the right one. Every time a Koenig drops, I'm just like, do I want to try? And I'm like, nah, it's not perfect. Like, if I'm gonna get one, I want one that's perfect. Love Les George VCP in general. It's the button lock nice. It's wonderful. The button lock's wonderful. One of my favorite users is the standard V3. So the Les George VECP is the perfect. It's like what happens when you cross a Sebenza with an XM18. And I love this knife, and I've handled the button lock, and I want one super bad. In fact, one of my buddies has one in DLC and he won't sell it to me. So I'm waiting around for a button lock version. I really like that. They're like $450, which I think is super fair. They haven't really changed in price over a decade, and they're made in the USA. Like, that's a full-on mid-tech. It's a great knife. So a better knife than a Sebenza. I mean, like, that's real subjective, because, like, Chris Reeve makes a great knife. I just don't think the Sebenza is his best work. I think the Umnumzan is the best. Like, that's the one. If you guys remember this one, this is the one that you guys, whether you knew it or not, this is the one you guys gave me at 100K. That was gifted to me by you guys, so thank you. The special Metal Complex Edition Sebenza, or I'm sorry, Umnumzan. I'll cherish that forever. I love that thing. I want to carry it so bad, but I'm like, it's so special though. It's so special. That was the one that I got after the silver plaque. The Umnumzan is the best creation to ever come out of Chris Reeve knives. Fight me. Chris Hughes, thanks for your donation. Devo Premium Pony Stout is one of the best value knives available right now. Seriously, WMK, use a 10% coupon. You'll be shocked. All right, cool. We'll do that. Thanks for your donation there. Follow his advice. I trust him. I mean, I don't know him, but it sounds like good advice. Ryan Micklick, thank you very much for your donation. I'm going to like that. I'm going to give you a like there on that donation. Thank you. The Max Ace Neptune is in stock. Hold on. Let me check. I bet there's a good chance we can sell them out. He's right. The Neptune is back for $108. Just go to Google and type in Max Ace Neptune. It's there. Every version in stock, in stock, in stock, in stock. Oh, they got tons. No, XO4E is out of stock. The one I have, that's the double edge. But your what I assume are single edge, and who knows what the other ones are. Maybe are they black? I don't know. They got a bunch of them in stock though, so you better grab them while you can. That's the best OTF, dollar for dollar on the market. Period. Metal Complex said so. You can tell them. Somebody tries to argue with you, you're like, nah. I know a guy. He said it's the best. The best dollar for dollar. I'm not saying the best overall. I'm saying dollar for dollar. The Max Ace Neptune is the best on the market. Crash the site? Nuh-uh. No, he didn't. Oh, crap. No! Oh, no! No, it won't load! I'm sorry. I kept defending myself last time. I said, no, that wasn't me. Oh, God. Max Ace, update your servers. No, I still got there. It just took a long time to load. Oh, no. Well, get one way you can. Come on, Max Ace, you can handle it. There's only 1,000 people in here. You're gonna have better capacity there. Max Ace, what the hell? What the hell's going on? I'll have to message the contact I have and be like, sorry. I make zero money on those. They're just really good knives. Well, I won't mention it again, and you guys just give it a shot here and there. I'll be right back. I gotta use my bathroom break. I can only get one of these. It's like a, what do they call that? The thing you can only use once in Elden Ring before each bonfire. I gotta use my bathroom break. Wondrous Psychic. That's the thing I was thinking of. So I've picked Elden Ring back up now that we're 2 months out from the DLC. Chat, raise swords if you're anticipating the Elden Ring DLC. Oh my goodness, that's the only thing I'm interested in right now. So I picked my game back up. I'm on New Game Plus. I haven't gone any further than that. My character is on level 204, and I'm just casually going through and kind of playing around. The build that I've stuck with is, it's the katana with the slash. I can't remember what the katana is. It's like the moon. I don't know. It's got like the blue vertical and horizontal slash, and then I've also doubled it with the scepter, and I'm doing like kind of a spell sword build, and it's just been dominating. I've been playing that game, just having a good time, going through and finding things that I didn't find in my first playthrough. Definitely didn't wash my hands. You have no idea. You didn't see me. You don't know. I have to touch all my stuff. I don't want to add a potato. This is the result of not washing my hands after the bathroom. That's why the ProTech. That's why the Les George Rockeye Auto is so patinaed. It's because I never wash my hands after the bath. I'm kidding. I just have salty hands. Smell the knives later. That bronze one stinks, but you know, it also kind of smells good. The Kaiser Beyond. I hope they send it to me. I don't even know what that is. Do I play CSGO? I've never played it. I've heard a lot of references to it because of the knife stuff, but I've never played it. Bloodborne? I played Bloodborne a little bit, and I got sidetracked, and I think I should go back and play it again, because, like, that's like Dark Souls. It's a little different, but it's like you can't use a shield, and my build currently has no shield, right? So... The difference between the Umnumzan and Sabenza, the profile's different, the blade shape's different, the overall length is different. There's texturing on the scales. It's got O-rings, so it has kind of a silent deployment. It's a little more robust. It's a little heavier. I think it's such a stylized knife. Like, once you see the Umnumzan, you realize that it's so weird because it's not that far outside of the parameters of like a classic knife design, but there is literally nothing else on the knife market authentically that looks the same as the Umnumzan. It is such an immediately recognizable profile, and it's absolutely worth picking up. This is such a hardcore, amazing user knife, and I really, really want to I want to carry that thing, but I feel like, I don't know, would I be doing my community a service by carrying that thing, since you guys technically all gave it to me? Should I carry it, or should I keep it perfect forever? It says from your 100,000 friends on the other side. From when I hit 100,000 subscribers. It's very important to me, so I don't know what my actual community would prefer. Use it, carry, use it, carry it. Most of you are saying carry it. I think I really want to. I really want to put that in my pocket and use it. It's kind of poetic that you guys would force me to use a knife with a lanyard. You think they're ugly looking? The Umnumzan? I don't hear that very often, but you know, that's okay. It's each their own. Bird Dog just said stop. Bird Dog's done. He says stop. Stop! I've had enough of this! Bop it! That's my favorite comment of the evening. What would a Cold Steel owner do? I don't know. Probably hang a pig carcass from their ceiling and duct tape the knife to their forehead and headbutt it until it was just, you know, ground pork, I would imagine. I don't know. That would make an awesome Cold Steel ad, by the way. How's the action on the PM2? Let me get my first one. Yeah, you gotta own a PM2, man. The PM2 is such an iconic knife, and the PM2 is kind of the knife that, like, you know, it's such a weird looking knife, and there's legitimately nothing else on the knife market that looks like it. And you're like, man, that's ugly, but I kind of want one because everybody's pressuring me into it. And then you get it and you realize, oh my god, this thing is like really made for ease of manipulation. Excuse me. Let me get mine out. This is old. I bought this, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And I put titanium scales on. It's the one that I always use for size comparisons. But it's such a dream, man. Like, I mean, I hate the pocket clip, but you can switch that out. The nice thing is they're super customizable, and regardless of the fact that the price has gone up over time, I mean, you spend the money, you make it how you want, and it'll be a knife that you'll love forever. Not everybody loves the look, but it does make a great tool. Like that's almost like just an objective truth that the PM2 is such a wonderful tool, and it's very easy to manipulate. The action on this is beautiful, but it's been heavily broken. You can see here, this is a heavily broken in PM2. I bet this knife has been deployed 1,000 times. I mean, it's literally deployed in every single review because it's a size comparison knife. Great knife. Find the one you want, buy it, and that's a good example of a one and done knife. You know, if you want to buy one knife that'll serve you well for 20 years, that you can do it with PM2. Manix 2 over PM2, there's a hard argument there. I'm not gonna, I'd be stupid to argue that. I mean, I think like the evergreens of Spyderco or the Shaman, the Manix 2, the PM2, the Para 3, you really can't go wrong with any of them. A lot of people swear by the Native, the Native 5. It's a great one. I think the most unsung hero is probably the Compression Lock Chaparral. Compression Lock Chaparral, gang, rise up. That's a Taiwan Spyderco, but wow, what an incredible EDC knife. So good. Buck 110. The Buck 110 makes me want to eat an industrial sized oil drum full of coleslaw. The only knife that's less interesting than the Buck 110 to me is the Open L8. Let me think about what I'd rather do than EDC, the Buck 110 or Open L. I would rather listen to Olivia Rodrigo for the rest of my life than EDC, the Open L or Buck 110. I would rather that be the only music that I could ever listen to. Have you ever listened to? I've come across her music occasionally on the radio, and wow, that is the worst. That is liquid trash. That's liquid evil. It was like playing the real Super Mario 2, the one that Japan thought would be too hard for our stupid American minds, and getting the poison mushroom for the first time. That's what it felt like to listen to Olivia Rodrigo's music. Take it back. I'm going to do my best impression of what I heard from Olivia Rodrigo. You ready? Here's my best impression of Olivia Rodrigo. I'm bored and my boyfriend left, but then he came back and I was like, oh my God, I think I kind of like him still, but I don't know. He took me on a jet and we went and had some pasta. I'm really emotional. I kind of want him back. He's not really interesting, but my friends really like him. Kill me! Kill me! Kill me twice! Kill me 5 times! Oh my God! Rocket launcher to the face. I would love for somebody to just load 10 full, ripe pumpkins into a Civil War cannon and blast them point blank into my face. I can't do it. It's the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. If you listen to Olivia Rodrigo, may God have mercy on your soul. Expand your brain. Read a book. God. I hate it. It's so bad. Take the Halo rocket launcher to the face. Friendly fire. Here's the thing. She's obviously a genius. She's figured out. She's like, oh, people want to listen to this? All right, I'll just make the most mundane crap ever. You can't blame the artist. You should blame the audience. The artist is not the problem. The people receiving it and paying for it, those are the people that are the problem. Anyways, all right, I'm sorry. I want to get a musical tirade here, but it's pretty trash. Getting old sucks. You do become more critical of everything that younger people are doing. I talk about this with my wife a lot, and I'm very critical of things I don't like, which is a very common trait with people. We all do that. When we don't understand it, we criticize it. And I'm a hypocrite because I constantly tell people, if you're new to the knife world and you don't understand why certain things cost so much, maybe you should question, what the details of it are before you criticize it. But I'm a hypocrite because I do that with things that younger people like. And so we've tried to not be super critical. We try to just understand that younger generations will do the same thing that we did when we were a younger generation. We kind of decided what was cool and what was trendy, and it didn't make any sense to the older generations. They criticized us, and then we grow up and we do the same thing, and the cycle continues, right? There's nothing you can do. Out with the old and in with the new. That's what's going on. That being said, I really, really hate Olivia Rodrigo, and I think it's the worst thing that's ever plagued the land. She has gone scorched earth on society, and I hate it. But I realize I'm a giant hypocrite. Where am I from? I'm from Kansas. So I don't get exposed to a lot of, we're pretty manual out here. It's a miracle I have internet. I'm in the middle of Kansas. Young people don't suck. I disagree there. Younger people are perfectly fine. They're at least around here, they're perfectly nice, and they just wear different stuff, and they say things I don't understand, and they like music that I don't like, and it's like, all right, well, that's their own thing, man. I got my own thing. They got their own thing. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't have to understand. They don't need my permission to like it. That's the thing that I have to remind myself. Who am I to say that they need my permission to like what they like? Of course not. I didn't ask permission to like the things that I like, so it's fine. Listen, let me ask you, how many people watching the live stream right now are under 18? You gotta watch my language here. I know there's some younger people watching, right? It's a fact. If you're younger, eventually you'll get older and you won't like what the younger generation is doing, or you won't understand it. 28, 33, 22. We got a younger guy there. Jay's 22, right? It's just like the cycle of things, so you might as well accept it. You guys are all right there in my demographic. We got somebody who's 19 in here. Barely any. I don't think anybody. Probably under 18. I think that would be wild. 18. Okay, Jacob's 18. I respect you. The younger people in here taking the time to listen to this ancient millennial ramble on about Olivia Rodrigo. God bless you for having the patience for me. They're like, I don't care about you, man. I just want to win a knife. I just want to win a knife. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody in here from all age groups. Brian's 16. God bless you. Super kind of you to take time. Your life is so much more interesting than what I'm doing here on my live stream. I'm very flattered that somebody that young wants to watch my content. Very cool. I'm cool, guys. I'm hip. I'm with it. I'm obviously keeping up with the times here. I'm 36 years old. I'm about to be 37. I have I've always maintained that I stopped aging mentally at 24. But so many of you think that I'm much older. It's so funny. People who see me, they're like, I thought you were in your 50s. I sound like I'm in my 50s? Or my 40s? Give me the reaffirmation I'm seeking. Please. So cringe. This guy so cringe. Oh my god, he's so cringe. Boy, you have no idea. You should watch the rest of my content. You want to see what cringe is? You have no idea, man. You old. You zip with the youth. You sound real old. Damn. I'm not telling you my birthday. The reason I don't say my birthday is because I know people will send me stuff and I don't want to do that. I think that's kind, people who do that, but I don't want to, there's a lot of people watching and I don't want to make people feel like they have to send me birthday gifts. That's why I've never said my birthday. Any suggestion on to one-up a Magna Cut Ishtar? You got a buddy who's got a Magna Cut Ishtar and you want to one-up him? You got a neighbor with a nice knife? Well, you got to pick up one of their Alema Dam Axe ones. You got to pick up one of their specialty steels. It's going to cost you a lot more money, but if you want one-up Magna Cut, If there's anything better than one composition, it's 2 or more compositions. Everybody knows that. You thought every Friday was my birthday? Yeah. You guys stopped doing that. You guys got, like, that was a thing for a while. You guys would always say happy birthday, and you guys got bored of it. And now nobody says happy birthday to me anymore. So I'm all sad and alone. with 1,200 people watching the live stream. You start talking about Lizzo, I'm leaving. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that. Let's talk about some knives here. I'm going to showcase some of my absolute favorites. So I know nobody asked, but since these are the knives on the table tonight, and if you didn't know, everything out here, it's all made in the USA. Like, very strictly made in the USA. I'm going to go over, I have a lot of favorites out here. I'm going to go over my absolute favorites. Everybody knows the Dark Horse. This is a very rare XM24 that is Stonewash DLC, which is not a finish we see very often. It also has a Crusader nut, which is made by Steel Flame, and that's also very rare. You do not want to find out what these go for on eBay. It'll blow your mind. But this was a favorite. It's a channel icon. I always call it the Dark Horse XM24. Would still love to find a textured DLC Stonewash titanium scale, which is very different than Blackwash or Battle Black or DLC. This is actually a different finish. So it's I don't think too many of those are made. Love that one. Of course, the Medan Boss S90V Spyderco Shaman. Definitely one of the more expensive knives out here. The scales alone ran me $800. S90V, beautiful, beautiful knife. That's definitely a favorite. What else? These are real close together here. Probably the John Wick 4 edition. I keep reminding people, this is serial number 4 of the John Wick 4 Hawk Deadlock in DLC Titanium. Very rare for an OTF, but very cool. And then I can't say favorite without the most expensive knife in my collection, which is the custom Marfione Borka Stitch and multi-compound ground DLC M390. Partially mirror polished and partially tumbled. DLC frag titanium frame and 7 pieces of tritium that are actually milled into the knife. The gem of my collection, even though it's not the most expensive, it's the USA-made, Sharp by Design Arch Nemesis with the double hollow ground compound edges. Very cool. What else? I love all of them. Probably the Drifter, custom Damacor Drifter with the Zerkatai pivot collar, Zerkatai clip. It's also definitely a favorite. I think those are my absolutes. Everything else is kind of even. Yeah, and I'm going to say the original. That's an old school button head screws. This is one of the first. Full titanium USA Demco 8020. 20 CV. That's a point of jealousy for, a lot of people, and I know that, and I kind of exploit that a little bit. You do any hunting or fishing? No, but I want to do that more with my kids, so probably more as time goes on. We've got so much, not so much hunting, but fishing. I'm not really big into hunting. It's not that I have anything against it. I just don't really do it. I don't own any of those types of guns. So I don't really do that. Oh, is the MaxAce website working now? I haven't mentioned it for a while. Does the MaxAce website work? Yeah, the MaxAce website's back up, so you guys can give it a shot if you want. It's time to draw. We're getting close to 8, so it's time. If you're here at the right time. Boy, you know what? I did that live stream on Sunday evening that one time, and there was like 1,700 people in here, and I'm starting to realize that Sunday might actually be a better time to do this. I've always traditionally done them on Friday nights, and probably the reason that so many people joined on Sunday is because there's less going on Sunday. There's probably fewer people on a Friday evening that want to give up their Friday evening to hang out with me because there's obviously way more important stuff going on. So I don't know. I'm going to consider, and you'll have to forgive me. Like I want the maximum, population possible so that, you might see periodically live streams on Saturdays and Sundays and things like that. I'm all for mixing it up, mainly to the benefit of people who cannot make it on Friday. Follow me on TikTok at _metal_complex. Please, I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can link my YouTube channel. That's the whole goal. With Instagram going through the knife apocalypse and the whole issue with hashtags right now, it's just really hard to reach new people. So if you have not done this yet, please do this. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity here. Okay, if you're just now entering chat and you're new to live streams, if you have no idea what's going on here, and also like the live stream, there's 1,200 of you in here and there's 517 likes. Come on now. But really, more importantly, if you're just now joining and you're like, how do I enter? Do I just comment in the live chat? No, you actually have to follow these note cards. There's a link in the description. It goes to an unlisted video. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to pay anything to enter. It's just to keep all the comments in one place. There's an unlisted video in the description that says enter here. Click on that video. It's a short instructional video that goes over the rules. All you do essentially is leave a comment under that video. That's literally all you have to do. You're right back. All right. You guys all entered. There's 1,300 people in here. Good amount of people for sure. So again, if you're just joining, what happened was we got down to four pouches, and I went ahead and opened them up, and I looked what was in them. And I'm going to tell you guys right now. So if you win tonight, if your name is drawn, you'll be able to select 2 of these pouches. 3 of them are budget knives, and one of them is a much more expensive knife. It's about $200. I think $190. To make it interesting, though, everybody who wins tonight gets to pick the 2 people who win, you get to pick one of these. Both of these are premium knives, and both of them are cool. So, if you win tonight, you will win 3 knives. You're guaranteed a premium. I did that on purpose because I don't like to let these groups of 20 go out with a bad firecracker, right? So I want it to be fun. And I also have no shortage of knives to give away. So, should be interesting. I'll take this opportunity to let people know I just gave away a $250 knife on Patreon. The winner was announced today, but I do this every month. So, if you've ever wondered what I do on Patreon, there's a lot of benefits, and it's very inexpensive. I do once a month private giveaways. It's always a premium knife. I do once a week exclusive content where you can find out what's going on behind the scenes. I also do private knife sales there. I sell some of the knives that I get at an insane discount, sometimes 50% off, and a lot of them, most of them are premium. So it's a good way to get your hands on something really cool. There's also private Patreon chat, buy, sell, trade, and there's a lot of people there. So sometimes you can find things that you didn't know existed. You also will gain access to my private Discord, which also has chat, buy, sell, trade, right? You'll gain access to all of that for as little as $1 a month. I made the tiers as cheap as I possibly could. You can pay me whatever you want, but all the tiers are exactly the same. So if you want my recommendation, choose the least expensive tier. Patreon is literally linked right at the top of chat for your convenience. So if you want to support this channel, I will use your money to buy knives for content. That is exactly what I'll do with it. If you don't want to do that, my content will always be free. So you don't have to do that. This giveaway in particular is free. It's for you guys, for the people who support the channel. It's how I've always operated, and I don't plan to change anything. So your support is greatly appreciated. It's there if you want to join. All right. Here is Patreon. I'm going to refresh the page because it's still loaded on the winner of the Patreon giveaway. Let's move these. Oops, I have to actually copy the link here. Give me a sec. I'm glad you guys like the way that I run this channel. Like I feel like offering different options for people is a good idea, right? The maximum benefit is joining Patreon for $1 a month. That's where you gain access to everything. And I'll say this, we're coming up on the 500K giveaway, and I'm doing something very special on Patreon. The giveaway that I'll do for 500K that's exclusive to Patreon supporters will be much more valuable. So if you want to get in on that, you can, but you can say, hey, MC, I'm not giving you $1 for that. No, you don't have to do that. All right, that's fine. But I'm just letting you know the Patreon exclusive 500K giveaway will also be epic. But there's a free 500K giveaway that'll be also super epic for everybody coming up soon as well. So there's lots of things to get in on no matter what you want to do, right? It's all there. All right, I'm done. I'm done promoting. Let's see here. Refresh. Well, we should show everybody that. Let's refresh the page for everybody to see. There we go. Brand new page. Here is the link that you're all entering under. You can check that if you want to make sure it's authentic. Filter duplicate users. That makes sure that everybody who is entering only gets one single chance, no matter how many comments they leave. Get YouTube comments. Here we go. See how many of you entered. Whoops, 1,638 with 1,400. Oh, it's a big jump. You guys have figured out when I do these giveaways. I'm gonna have to mix that up on you guys. A few of you gotten smart. Still though, 736 likes. Man, I was really hoping for 1,000. You know, for my ego. That's okay. We're gonna draw either way. The first winner tonight. You guys are ready? Yeah. We had one guy. Remember that guy that drew three premium knives? You can't get that tonight. But there is somebody tonight is going home with 2 premium knives and a really nice budget knife. All right. Like almost $500 worth of stuff. Here we go. Ready? The first winner tonight. Certified freak. Maybe next time. Oh, I really hope he's in here, man. Certified freak with a green C. Where are we at? Oh, he said, ain't no way. He said, maybe next time. He's here. Oh, that's great. I love that. I love seeing people think they're never going to win and they win. That's great. All right. Slow down, chat. Let the guy talk. I know you guys want to say congrats, but certified freak, give it a sec. Give chat a sec to cool down. So you're going to pick 2 knives from here. So I need 2 numbers here first, all right? 1 through 4. And then you're going to give me 1 on the right side, 1 or 2. Let the man speak. Or woman, it could be either, I have no idea. 2 and 3 on the left and 1 on the right. 2 and 3 on the left and 1 on the right. Oh, what did you get? Let's find out. So, I'll remember this. First one. You got the other Justice, which is an awesome full-size knife from Kaiser. This is N690, big full-size knife with the micarta scales. Definitely a great knife. I'm honestly not sure if that's a budget knife. It might be a little over the top. But you got that one. And then I think it's this one next. Oh, you lucky son of a gun. This was the only premium knife of the bunch, which is the Kershaw Iridium in carbon fiber and M390. That was the big win there, is getting this one and the premiums. You're going to end up with 2 premiums tonight. Beautiful red backspacer, CPM 20C. I think these are 190 or 200. Definitely not a cheap knife, for sure. Congratulations there. And then for your final knife, let's see what we got here. This is one of my favorites. This is a new release. I'm trying very hard not to touch it. A textured copper CPM 20 CV pyrite with, in my opinion, the best blade shape. Very cool, very flashy. I'm only going to touch it a little bit. The spines might be slightly patinaed for me, but a very, very cool knife for sure. So, CPM 20 CV. You got 2 knives in the same composition. Very cool. Look at the texturing on this copper. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Congratulations. So, in order to claim your stuff, all you need to do is email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name. Very important. I need to know who to send it to. All of your shipping information and the exact knives that you want. Give me all of that information. I'll screenshot it. It might take me a full week to email you back. It might be all the way up until next Friday, but don't worry. Don't think I ghosted you. Everybody who's ever won a knife on this channel, they have received it. 100%, that's a fact. I got receipts, all right? You're going to get it. Don't freak out if I don't email you back, but it'll be Friday of next week. You'll get tracking information. You'll get the boxes, everything this stuff came with. Congratulations. I'm going to put your 3 over here. And this will be easy. The final winner just gets these 3. All right? Nice win. Nice haul there. Very good haul. All right. We ready? The second and final winner of this evening is Caveman Slays. Says, love the content with a unique profile picture. Thank you. Caveman Slays. Where are we at here? To help with my ego. Thank you for that donation. Who sent that? Josh Branson. Thank you. My ego is soaring right now. He won. There he is. Dennis! Dennis! You won. You won, Dennis. You did it. You did it, man. All the different paths you've taken in life have ended up here. You've done exactly what you needed to do in life to end up right here, right now, at this exact moment. You made all the right choices. Congratulations, Dennis. You did it. The universe has smiled on you this evening. This glorious Friday evening. It's my birthday weekend. It's my first stream to make it on time because I'm normally working. Oh man, Dennis lucked out tonight. That's great. Oh boy. That's great, man. So you won. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the stuff you won. Okay? You're gonna like the stuff you won, okay? So the first one here is the Quechua button-operated liner lock that's actually accessible via the liner lock. This is actually a great knife. The only downside is it doesn't have a pocket clip, but it is 14T28N. It's nice G10. Honestly, it's a perfect knife to keep in your vehicle, right? There's no pocket clip. Just keep it junk drawer, vehicle, something like that. It's really great, right? Budget knife, but it's really cool. I like this one. Your second knife, the lightweight boy. Oh, now hold on here. I think that is the, yeah, that's a 14229 Nighthawk from Vostede. It's like a tiny machete, right? So you have the gray G10, just a little bit of oil there, but it's new. You have that big, wide, flat ground blade. Another great budget knife, another great beater EDC, 14229. This is a great one, but your premium knife is really spectacular, okay? You ready for this? What we got here is a copper carbon fiber Miguron Moyarl titanium frame lock in M390 and hand rubbed satin finish. That is a beauty. Oh boy. Not only is that flashy, that is a supreme EDC knife. If you've never handled the Moyarl, this is a beast. They just sent this to me. You haven't seen it unboxed yet, but what a wonderful combination of materials. We got the textured titanium. Gorgeous inlay. Look at that. God, copper carbon fiber is so cool. Fantastic. I think these are about 200, maybe a little more, 220, something like that. Can't remember, but these are all yours, okay? So, please, Caveman Slays, Dennis, email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact knives that you want, and I will make sure that you get tracking information no later than Friday of next week. All right? Don't worry if I don't email you back. Don't worry if I don't even respond. That's normal, okay? 1 week, you'll get that tracking information. And I guarantee you there's winners from past live streams who are back in here, and they'll tell you he does email back. All right? Don't worry. Every now and then I get people freaking out, and they're like, did you get my email? I promise you I got it. If I don't get it, I take measures to reach out. You guys have seen the community posts sometimes where I say, hey, I'm looking for this person. Due diligence. It's there. It's a nice thing about actually shipping out what you say you're going to ship out, because then you have people who will back you up. I'll never understand people who try to cheat people on social media. Why? Just send them just send them the stuff. It feels good. It's a good thing to do. Primarily is just to give knives, like give things away for free, is great. People get things that they want, and it's nice. But also just general honesty and doing things from the community. It's nice. So if you're thinking about creating content and giving things away, I don't know why every now and then we get people having the urge to like cheat people out of stuff, but don't do that. Give stuff away. If you're granted things for free, serve your community and give back. It's very simple. That sounds very high and mighty. Sorry. What I mean is, it seems like such a simple and obvious thing to do. And I don't, it's flabbergasting to hear that every now and then we have content creators who don't do that. You don't want to go down in history as a bad apple in the knife community, because that is forever. Bad apple in the knife community. You have that stamp on your face forever. It's such a stupid thing to do. It's not simple. Yes, it is. What do you mean it's not simple? If you say you're giving things away for free, give them away. It's that simple. New ways every day. I mean, man, if you focus your life around like cheating people out of stuff, like what kind of path are you on? If you dedicate your life to like scamming people and like manipulating people, like, man, there's no reward in that. There's nothing. It's only fleeting. It's only momentary. But then you eventually you get to the end and you're like, man, I lived my whole life just like misleading people. That's terrible. You don't do that. You say you're going to do something, do it. I know people say, well, you're in a position to do that, so it's a lot easier for you. Well, whatever position you're in, do the right thing. If you say, if you can't do it, don't do it. If you can do it, then do it. It's really simple. If you're in a position to give one knife away a year, then do that. You know, if you're in a position to give multiple knives away a week, like I am, which I'm in, I recognize I'm in that position. I can give lots of knives away every week, so I'm going to do that, right? I could keep all this stuff, but that's pointless. And it's also, like, I feel like that's bad character. If I get this much stuff for free, I should give stuff away, right? I mean, like, I don't need people to agree with me. I just know that that's the right thing to do. Like, that's what I want to do. It's fun to give stuff away. Nobody's arguing with me. I'm sorry. I'm arguing with myself. It's just, I hear stuff like that, and I'm like, how do you arrive at that conclusion? How do people arrive at this conclusion? It's insane. I will give stuff away on this channel until my dying day, until my channel becomes completely irrelevant. I will end this channel. Mark my words. The final upload on this channel will be some type of event where I give stuff away. I'll make that promise to you guys. When this channel dies, which it inevitably will, the same way that the sun eventually goes out, right? Eventually the sun explodes and that's the end. The way that this channel goes out, I will give something away. On my dying breath, I will give a knife away. And a chicken dinner. I can't promise a chicken dinner, but I can promise a knife. I'm not trying to make you guys sad. Listen, like, it's going to be a long time till I'm gone. Like, if you don't like me, you have to deal with me for a long time. You have to deal with all the Reddit posts and the forum posts and people complaining about me. I'm going to be around for a long time. The channel's still on the upward. Like, the channel hasn't leveled out yet. I'm still moving up. So I'm going to be here for a long time, okay? I'm going to keep giving knives away. But I'm just saying, like, years down the road, when I finally go out and I'm no longer relevant, I'll give a knife away on my last upload. Even if there's 12 people in the live stream. Your odds will be much better. Jimmy White, thanks for the gift there. I appreciate that. Oh boy, it's 8:02. It's time for me to give away memberships. So for you guys still hanging around, there's 533 of you. Hang around for just a second more. I'm going to give away 20 memberships from me. Oh, wait. Do I have free memberships? Hold on. Is it that time of the month? Oh, I have 10 to give away free. You're lucky. I'm going to give away 30 tonight. Oh, no, I've already done that. I'm sorry. I just lied to you guys. I've already done it for this month. Maybe next week or the week after. For tonight, it's just 20. I'm sorry. YouTube notified me. They said, no, you already gave your 10 free away. So I'm going to pay for these. So here's 20 from me. You know what? That was kind of rude. Like how I said I was going to give away more, and then I didn't. So here's what I'm going to do, just because I feel like I wronged you guys. So there's 20, and then I'm actually going to give away 20 more. So let's do 40 memberships tonight. I probably wasted a little money there, but that's okay. So there's 40 from me. Congrats there. Congrats to the people who got them. Yeah, no, I love giving stuff away. Makes me happy. It makes me happy you guys are happy. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting this channel. I can't believe we're about to hit 500K. We're 7,000 away from hitting 500,000. That's ridiculous. That's just crazy. For just a guy reviewing pocket knives in the most manual way possible. It's just insane to me that not only that there are that many subscribers, but that so many of you actually watch. It's one thing to have subscribers, but to have subscribers who watch and pay attention and interact with me and tell me things and teach me things, it's such a big deal, man. Such a gift. I don't take that for granted. It's a very big deal to me. It's why I do these live streams. We're like, oh boy, we've gotten to the point of live stream where he's had too many Gatorades and he's getting all mushy. All right, well, you've arrived here. We do this every time. You've dropped your hatred of Chinese knives because of me. That's a big... Thank you. That's awesome. Like what you like, buy what you like. Enjoy what you like. That's the main thing. Find something you like and enjoy it. Let it bring you happiness. Happiness alleviates stress. Happiness is the best mitigator for stress. Find something that makes you happy. All right. Guys, thank you so much for participating. I can't wait Can't wait to show you guys what I have on the table for 500K. It'll blow your minds. It's going to be insane. But yeah, look forward to that. Understand, please, there's 460 of you in here, so it's not many people in the grand scheme of all of the subscribers, but understand that I may have to take a break from live streams for a little bit because my third child will be born any day. And while the content will not slow down because I have pre-recorded content to make sure that the flow continues, I may not be able to do a live stream next weekend. We'll see. Okay? But either way, I'll be here. We'll continue at some point. Thank you so much. Congratulations to the winners. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters. Thanks to everybody. Hope you all have an excellent rest of your evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.